Hello, and welcome to the Cutie Art Crusaders, episode 70 for November 5th, 2013. Happy Halloween or Nightmare Nights if you are a pony, like we are. My name is Rainbow Plasma. I'm the organizer of this podcast, and I'm dressed up this week as a Pokemon trainer, specifically Dawn.
Pokemon.
Yay.
Yeah.
And today I'm joined by...
I'm Batman. Burned. I'm Burned01, and I'm the special guest coordinator, and this week I'll be editing.
He's Birdman.
He's Batman. And I'm also Batman. Batman. It's fitting, because I'm a bad pony.
It's funny.
I get it.
I'm Flutterguy317, and I'm the media manager for the podcast, and I'm dressed as adorable.
Oh my god, you're so cute.
I'm a fox.
Oh, it's
And
cute.
I go ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding, or something like that.
I hate you.
Yay, thank you for that.
But I will forgive you. I will forgive you because you are the most adorable thing I've ever seen. Look at it!
Does Flutter Guy say?
Oh
Tell me
my
what do you
god.
say? Guardian angel.
Oh my god. I apologize to everyone who has to look at that because they're all just gonna die of cuteness overload. But we have to keep going. We have to keep going. Who else?
I'm Atmospark, and I'm dressed as a zombie. More specifically, a conehead zombie from Plants vs. Zombies.
That is
Plants vs.
fantastic.
Zombies.
Yeah.
Such a fun game.
So we've got a Pokemon trainer, Batman, a fox, and a zombie from Plants vs. Zombies.
I'm Batman.
Feel free to let us know in the comments below what you guys dressed up as for Halloween, or what your OCs dressed up as Halloween. Because, you know, guys, I didn't actually dress up for anything this year at Halloween. Did you guys do anything?
I sort of dressed up. I was like, I woke up and I started to put on normal clothes, and I was like, nah, forget this. And then decided to like somewhat dress up, but I didn't really have a costume. So instead I decided to dress really nice. So I put on like slacks, like a nice shirt, tie, and like everything. And like just basically look super fancy. And when I showed up to work, everyone was like, oh, you look friggin' like really good and fancy pants. Like, what are you supposed to be dressed up as? And all day I kept telling people like, I'm dressed up like I have a real job. My boss got a kick out of that.
That's funny.
That's fantastic. Yeah. I didn't dress up or anything.
Nah. What about you, Joel?
I didn't dress up, but I did go to a party just wearing a pony shirt. And when I was in Japan earlier in the year, I got a really cool, like, it was really long blue wig. So I was wearing that, and also I was wearing my neck and Mimi ears, which everybody saw at Everfree Northwest and loved.
Oh, yeah,
Andrew
that's true.
told me
You
she
could have
loved
just
them.
worn those, that's for sure.
Sure, right. Andrew literally told me she loved them.
Yay.
You know, I've never been a big Halloween person. I really, you know, I think Halloween's a great thing, and I love seeing people dress up, and you know, all the kids going around with candy. I think that's great. I just never been terribly into it myself. But we did get some wonderful vectors from a certain special pony named Silver Rain Clouds.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
Who has done lots of our avatars before, both for Christmas and our 80s night.
Silver, sign my flank.
And yeah, so I asked her and I commissioned her to make us some more for Halloween, and they are amazing.
They're adorable.
Yeah.
We love them. So feel free to head over to silverrainclouds.deviantart.com and tell her how much we love her.
And how much you love her too, if you do love her.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And she is
Makes
open for
lots of
commissions if you're interested.
Lots of cute stuff.
Lots of cute stuff.
All right. So speaking of Halloween, we've got
Halloweenies.
a fantastic Halloweeny episode for you guys this week. Last year we didn't end up doing a Halloween episode because I think we just kind of forgot.
Yeah.
And one more thing before we get into the art. I know we'll get there soon. We got a lot of pieces today, but something really awesome came up recently. Thank you to everyone who sent in fan art of us for Halloween/Nightmare Night. But something was made by Otaku AP that we wanted to bring up because it was super awesome and unexpected. So on the screen here is a fantastic piece of fan art. Otaku AP made Burned a Vampony.
I'm actually a Batman.
I was what was I again? Was I some sort of
You're a Terminator?
I was a Reaper.
Maybe?
I was a Reaper according to him.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
You look to be Flutterguy, you look to be some sort of werewolf.
Pony.
Yeah.
And Atmospark, you are a changeling.
I am a piece of cheddar cheese. Cheddar Swiss. I'm a piece of Swiss cheese. I'm a cheese pony.
I like how I'm
That's
Batman,
awesome.
and in this one I'm actually like Bat Pony Pyre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bat
There's a
Pyre.
common theme here, Bern. Can you see it?
I can't really tell. I don't know. I don't get it.
Is it
Weird.
maybe
It might
the,
have something to do with
is
that.
it maybe
Maybe it's the bat.
the bat?
I'm Batman.
But see, what's really cool too is that I think other than mine, there's some similar themes between our current avatars by Silver and these ones, because yours has to do with bats.
Yeah, bats. I'm Batman.
Fluttershy, yours has to do with
Animals
like
and
creatures,
furry.
so that's a werewolf. Werewolf.
Fuzzy things.
And you're a fox
Wolf,
here.
fox.
Yeah.
And Atmospark, yours has to do with like
Undeadness.
undead stuff.
Yours has to do with missing pieces.
Yeah, exactly. Missing pieces. So, and I guess you could say mine has to do with clothing.
Yeah. It's the accessories that make it.
Exactly, it's the accessories. Like the lack of flesh.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, no.
But
You
yeah,
know.
this was very
Functional.
cool. So we just wanted to quickly mention it because it was a very, very cool thing that Otaku AP.
Thank you,
AP, the
Otaku.
original fan art maker, always just getting better every single time.
I love
we
you
see
so
a piece.
much.
Yeah.
I like how
It's
when he's taking the pieces out of my hair, that the blue stroke in the middle goes around, like it matches up with the holes. It's not just cut out.
Yeah.
Otaku AP is one of those people that we've really enjoyed watching his art grow since the first time we encountered him.
Oh yeah. We watch you grow. It's not creepy.
All right. So our first piece of art is called "The Pink One Had Many" by Little Ivy 25, featuring Luna and Fluttershy. And Luna is wearing I believe it's a Fluttershy skin provided by
Yes.
Pinkie Pie.
Yes.
Yes.
I love this one. This is great.
Yeah.
Which one was it? Which episode was it where Pinkie was wearing the
That was
skin of Fluttershy?
the Crystal Empire, season 3,
Right.
episodes 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Who did she scare? Was it Applejack or Rainbow Dash?
No, she was talking
She
about
was,
Twilight.
she
I think,
was
wasn't
being
it?
a spy. She was.
Yeah,
It
like,
was whoever she was talking to.
She was. I think
Yeah.
she was talking to. Like, they were standing in the group, and Pinkie Pie was talking to. She wasn't actually talking. She was just standing there, and then she
walked
Yeah.
up
out
as
of the skin.
Fluttershy.
She walked up as Fluttershy and then unzipped herself and then...
Yeah,
Fluttershy
and then
skin.
Fluttershy walked up afterwards and looked
yeah,
at me and
it's
went, "Whoa."
That was such a good part.
"Oh, it was amazing." But
So-
yeah, little Ivy here. I love his pony style. He draws the cutest little faces, and I think that's the best part. And just look at Luna here. Like, she's so adorable. Just like the happy little face that she has. I think it's really incredible. And I think this, Halloween is a time for fun, candy, and dressing up, as well as scary things. And as someone who's not a huge fan of scary stuff, because I'm a giant wimp, I love seeing cute stuff like this and funny costumes.
Fluttershy sure looks scared, though.
Yeah, it's scary to her.
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine that. Like, someone walks into the door and be like, "Hey, I've got a skin of you.
Yeah.
Do you have candy?"
I'm wearing your skin. Trick or treat.
I dressed up as you. Oh, that's
For
gotta be
Halloween.
weird for, like, celebrities and stuff. Like,
I guess that does happen.
I
Right?
That
did-
would
I
be
did
the
that to a
best
friend
costume
once.
party idea ever, though, is to just dress up like your friends.
I did that. I
Yeah.
did that once. I did that. My friend had
Yeah.
It was her birthday, and the theme was M because her name starts with M.
Of course,
so
it was
I printed out a picture of her face from Facebook, cut out the eyes, and used it as a mask, and it freaked her out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Did you go the whole 9 yards and wear a dress too?
No, I didn't have a dress.
oh.
What a shame.
I would wear a dress.
Of course she would have burnt. Of course she would have. So I mean, I don't have a lot to say about this piece other than the fact that the face is so cute.
Yeah.
So much
He
cute.
does a really good job with
So
the faces.
Cute. So cute.
I like the way that he depicts motion, like Fluttershy shuddering with the lines.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because it's very simplistic. It's not like your normal motion lines. It's just scribbles.
Yeah.
It's still very like expressive.
You can see in a lot of his pieces when there's implicit motion, when there's a pose that might not necessarily convey a huge amount of motion. He uses these extra lines on the outside to kind of show the extra bit of motion. Like you said, Fluttershy could just be crouched down, but you can see because of these lines that she's trembling a little bit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In
One
terror.
might say she's fluttering.
God's sakes. Oh goodness. I also really like the fact that the costume isn't like perfect. It's got like the folds to it.
That's right.
Looks
It
really
looks loose.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's creepy.
Yeah, right. How good is it?
Yeah.
Like the face is pulled back.
so
The face
good.
looks so derpy.
The pink one had many.
Yeah.
Such a-
And like I actually quite like that. The size of the text in your head, you read one is loud and one is quiet. Like you read you read Fluttershy as where did you? The pink one had many.
She's so
was
happy
wonderful.
Yeah.
to. Also, why does Pinkie Pie have so many?
Well, she always keeps stashes of junk all around Ponyville. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
in case
she's
of a
got, like,
Fluttershy.
In case of flutter emergency.
From like eye patches to Fluttershy suits, you'll just never know when you need them.
Flutter skins.
Oh my goodness. That is really creepy though.
Perhaps she wears them as pajamas.
I can
That'd be
just
creepy.
picture Pinkie Pie like
It's like
whispering,
a-
just like I collect your skin. It's for emergencies.
It's like a sleeping bag of your best
Maybe.
friend.
Oh my
I've seen-
god.
I saw.
Because when you really need a good night's sleep, you sleep inside them.
Speaking of cool sleeping bags, have you guys seen the Tauntaun sleeping bag? That's great.
Yes.
Oh man.
That's fantastic. You can sleep inside a Tauntaun. It's great.
Fun
Yeah, no,
fun
that's-
story. They
He's a
put
big
that
belly.
up as an April Fool's joke on, I think it was thinkgeek.com.
Think geek.
Yeah,
And so
they made it as
people
an
wanted it.
April.
Now they're selling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they like got the licensing rights and then now they're selling it and stuff.
Yeah, it's great. I started putting a lot of pony stuff on Think Geek recently.
Oh yeah.
So, guys, maybe I'll be the best one to answer this because I'm the only one with a horn. But, where does the horn go?
That's probably why she's not wearing the face.
Maybe. Maybe it's hidden. Maybe
I
it's
just like
Mm.
hidden
to
in the
picture
hair.
that it's. Yeah, I just like to picture that it's crudely punctured through the outfit.
Yeah,
Because, it's probably not tailored for...
probably not.
Well, it could be tailored to fits all. I don't know how Pinkie Pie manifests Fluttershy costumes, but...
Yeah. How does Pinkie Pie do the wings thing? I mean, besides the fact that she's Pinkie Pie.
I don't know.
She uses her legs.
Actually,
According to the comments, someone else has asked that question, and Little Ivy has responded with magic.
And how does she use magic with no horn?
Well, maybe she just makes it invisible and maybe she just no clips her horn. There we go.
It's animation error, her horn.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
I mean,
Alright.
Or
She's
she
the
just keeps the wings
princess.
folded down,
That makes sense.
She's the princess of the night.
Logic.
can do-
I am
she
the
can do
princess
anything.
of the night. Okay.
I am
So,
so
of
happy to
course,
wear
they're
your skin.
Run and fried.
So happy.
Oh, hi Twilight. Make more
Fluttershy,
friendship
I'm
is
wearing your
witchcraft.
skin.
I guess that was the episode, wasn't it? That was the
That
Halloween
was
episode.
the Halloween
Halloween
episode,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
That one.
Yeah.
Make more friendship is witchcraft.
So, does anyone have anything else to say about this piece before we move on?
Nah, it's cute.
Colors are
It's
great.
adorable.
Super
yeah,
cute.
yeah. The colors
Colours are
are really
great.
good for a night scene.
Yeah, like it's
like
it's
the
dark,
lighting.
but it's not dark. If you get
There's
what
a
I
lot
mean.
there's a lot of purples, which is
A
good.
lot of purples, a lot of blues.
It's
Even
extremely
the
violet.
even the purples look blue, which they technically are.
If you notice,
But-
go ahead, bud.
No, go ahead.
Oh, fine. I was gonna say if you notice everything in it is actually shaded
Ladies
with
first?
like a. Thank you. Appreciate that. Everything is shaded with like a violet and a blue. So like Fluttershy's hair, Fluttershy's like legs, and even on Luna, like Luna's outfit. Luna's supposed to be Fluttershy's
Skin.
skin. It's supposed to be yellow.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of a nice touch that it's all shaded in that violet because it does give it kind of that night feel. And then purple and yellow opposites.
Yeah,
on
so
stuff.
it's night. It's cool. Even the light, even though it's on Fluttershy and the light is technically yellow, it still doesn't feel warm, which is good because it fits in with
Yeah.
the whole scene here.
They're all complementary colors.
Yeah.
Oh, I like complementary colors. They say nice things about me.
Well done.
No, those are complementing colors.
Oh,
Yeah, don't get them confused.
Yeah.
okay.
So,
You want to mix up your art terms.
so our next piece is called "Taste of Nightmare Night" by Inahoshi to Dark Pen, who we've had on the show before and we featured many times.
Hi.
Hi, Inahoshi.
We still like your art.
Yeah.
Even though we never post about it.
Thanks for being on our show.
Yes. So Hoshi was a fan of our show that we had on like 10 months ago.
Yeah.
And we've never seen any of her art ever again.
She stopped posting for a while, then she started doing it again recently.
Yeah, she is one of the kinds of people who posts a lot of stuff in very high quality, and I have no idea how she does it, but she has this really good style. So I thought, we haven't had an Hoshi piece in a while, and it's been a long time. So I think we should have an Hoshi piece on here because, we all love what she does.
Yeah.
It's just, a lot of the times we'll be like, oh, well, we should feature someone new, and no, enough of that. Hoshi is on the show.
Next week will be all Atral.
Yeah, really. But yeah, I really wanted to feature this one because a lot of these pieces have Luna in it, but a common theme that we were looking through, I was looking through these pieces trying to find Nightmare Night pieces. And first of all, it was harder than I thought. But second of all, a lot of pieces just kind of put Luna in the piece and then said, look, it's Nightmare Night. And I don't think that's really right. I understand the connection between Nightmare Moon and Nightmare Night.
Yeah.
But, I'm imagining more of a Halloween theme. So I really like this one because it's not only got Luna, who's very Nightmare Night herself, but she's also dressed up as something. Yeah. She's dressed up as a vampire or a vampony.
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 I'm Batman.
Look at those giant ears.
I think Burned would have been a vampire if he wasn't Batman.
Yeah.
That's something I love about Inahoshi's work. She has the giant ears, and they're always fluffy.
It's
so
fuzzy.
fluffy.
Everything she does is fuzzy.
Mm-hmm. What I thought was
even
really
that flame is fuzzy.
I know.
What I thought was really interesting was her choice to separate the hair into two pieces. So she's got this very natural hair-like thing on the front, on the top of her mane, and then she's got her starry mane like spilling off the back.
Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting because
she's dressed up.
It's not really something I've seen. Or is that a wig?
I think it must be a wig because she's all dressed up.
Could be a wig.
Maybe ponies just like bangs.
Hey, she's a princess. She can do whatever she wants, and people will tell her it looks great.
Yeah.
Princess, your hair looks lovely. Don't hit me. Don't hurt me again. Don't yell really loud.
Her hoof smells like cream cheese.
What?
Friendship is witchcraft.
It's from Friendship is Witchcraft.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
I don't remember
I
that line.
I remember now. It just took me a bit. Caught me off guard because it's weird.
Is she drinking red wine or blood?
Blood.
If you look below the table, you'll notice.
Tomato juice.
Oh,
It's tomato
it's
juice.
tomato juice.
Did you just say tomato?
You're American. Come on.
Tomato, yeah.
Tomato.
No comment.
Look at that derpy
I like
pumpkin.
that point you made though, where it's like people just like stick like Luna, and they're like, "Look, Nightmare Night," because it's what is it? Nah, Luna.
Luna in the episode because it makes sense, right? I mean, it does, but there's more to it than just that,
What is it?
There was a whole episode around it.
Scary Mare in the Moon. Wow, can't remember her name.
Nightmare Moon.
Yes, thank you.
Scary Mare in the Moon.
Like, wow. Anyway,
invades my dreams. Makes me
people
feel
like
sad.
draw that. Like, there's a couple pieces actually here in like art like this, and even in this, and Hoshi even did a piece, and it's like Scary Nightmare Moon. Like, there you go. But it's like, no, it's like, it's not complete if it's not like, it's not a real Nightmare Night piece or Halloween theme piece if it doesn't have like ponies in costumes or something, or derpy in bags, whatever.
That's how I feel about it. I feel like
bags.
Nightmare Night pieces should be pieces that are indistinguishable, But you've got a lot of these pieces that are just Nightmare Moon or Luna, and they're great pieces, don't get me wrong. I've seen some absolutely amazing pieces, but then they have the title Nightmare Night, and they could have had a completely different title, and it wouldn't have changed anything,
Yeah. I just really wanted to use that phrase, derpy in bags. I figured Nash would approve.
Yeah. I just I don't know. I think it's nice to see a little bit of Luna and Nightmare Night together. Because, while I was looking through a bunch of stuff, I didn't see a lot of Luna in costumes.
No. She's in a costume in this one.
She's got
exactly.
And the one we did before this.
a cape.
Sweet cape.
And she has
Sweet
fangs.
cape, bro.
Yeah.
I think one had many.
I've always kind of wanted to go out as a vampire just to have those fake fangs. I think everyone kind of likes those fake fangs.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for when they get stuck in an apple, and then,
Awkward.
What self-respecting vampire eats an apple?
Marceline, it's red.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
yeah, she eats red.
Yeah.
Marceline the Vampire Queen.
Yeah.
Speaking of vampires,
What?
we actually bribed someone to dress up as a vampire and come into my work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was great
Nice.
because he's really tall and like kind of like lurches, and he just looks like Count Dracula. Like, if you dress up like a vampire, we'll give you free product.
All we need you to do is put on these vampire fangs, and your costume is complete.
That's great. We did like the makeup and everything. We earned that stuff.
I would totally have done that.
Yeah.
That would have been so much fun.
If I wasn't so lazy around Halloween, I think that's my biggest thing about Halloween is just I'm just so lazy. And I'm not a huge cosplayer. I mean, coming from the only person who has cosplayed as a pony so far.
Hey.
That's not true. You came as Applejack as well. That's right.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
I
We
would
have
if I
both
could.
cosplays.
I love dressing up. It's good fun.
Right. So it's weird coming from me because I dressed up as Soren for PAX East, but yeah, I'm just not a big dress up person.
Oh, I totally could have dressed up as using those wings and ears for Halloween.
Do you still have my wings and ears?
I do still have your wings and ears, yeah.
That's right, you do. I was wondering about those the other day.
Yeah.
In case people have missed it, because the PAX East video was kind of off on the side, we went to PAX East this year, earlier in like March, and I dressed up as Soren, so I had like wings and ears, and I dyed my hair horribly, things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, next time I see you, I need to get those back.
Yeah.
Sometimes you wake up and you're just like, you know what? Where are my wings and ears?
They were actually really cool. I told you guys the story of the ears, right? You wear these fake ears, and it's weird. It's like you want to move them.
Yeah.
The second you put them on, it's like you want them to like look around, you know?
Yeah.
I must part Ken.
Yeah, that must be nice when they do that.
Nekamimi ears, yeah.
Yeah. Because you want your ears to be able to do that when you've got them on.
Watch our footage from Everfree Northwest
Yeah.
That's true.
to see mine.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm Batman.
So one thing about this piece that I wanted to comment before we close out is I like the overlaying of the eyelash and eyebrow on her far eye. It's kind of like an anime-esque feature.
Yeah, we talked about that when we interviewed her. She does a lot of that.
Yeah. It's
Especially
nice.
does her
It's nice
eyebrows
though.
and eyelashes.
Yeah.
It's nice though because sure it may not be realistic, but I think it looks better in terms of the art.
Yeah.
But
It
it's
makes the
a,
eye pop.
yeah, it's a stylistic choice, and
Yeah.
it works.
It can be done badly, but in her she does it really well.
Yeah, she does it subtly, I think.
Yeah.
It's not too much like, sometimes you watch these animes and these girls have got giant poofy like hair over half the side of their face and suddenly you can see their eye through it and it's like, well, that's weird.
Yeah.
And she always makes the foreground eyelashes really, really, really big. But it's great.
Okay, so our next piece is called Applejack O'Lantern by none other than Assassin Monkey, who is an avid fan of our show.
Yeah.
Yay, hi Assassin Monkey.
Hi, Assassin Monkey.
Hi, Assassin.
Hi.
So this piece is Applejack with an apple as a head.
On her head. That is the biggest apple.
Yes.
Maybe
I
it's a
have
very
seen.
small pony.
It's
Maybe it's
also-
Appletini.
Apple teeny.
This is also kind of a very weird, like, I don't know, it's very Halloween-y, like, spooky,
Yeah.
because, like, Applejack
yeah.
herself is, like, very, like, ripply or bony or...
Bony.
I don't know.
She's like
Well-
gaunt and thin.
Well, that's actually Assassin Monkey's kind of style for ponies. He's got this he has a lot of different styles, and he's actually been trying them out differently lately. But I feel like he has a little bit more of that super realistic. He has a lot of fur in a lot of his pieces, and he enjoys showing those kind of those points of inflections within ponies and making them seem a little bit more realistic. That's kind of what he likes to go for in a lot of his
but
pieces.
this is more,
Anatomically correct, if you will.
but this is more
Yes.
pronounced than that, though. This is made
Yeah, this
for
is-
Nightmare Night, so it's
is-
more.
I would agree. I think it's a little bit more pronounced than usual, but it is kind of an extension of his natural style.
I guess, would it be considered, like, hyper-realistic, maybe?
No.
No.
Maybe it's
Well-
creepy.
Okay,
I'll
we'll go with creepy.
On a lot of Assassin Monkey's works, I might say it's hyper realistic because
Yeah.
he's really trying to accentuate a lot of those things that make like ponies look like more real or
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
for
Comically
his
correct is the term I used before, like really drawing in that fur or like their anatomy or bones or whatnot.
or like putting you in a cage or something.
But hyperrealism usually is when is usually used to describe a picture where you cannot tell like at all that a piece is distinguishable from a picture or actually drawn by hand, you know?
Yeah. That's a little bit more. I think my personal favorite thing about Assassin Monkey is his environments, his landscapes.
Yes.
I think
Oh my God, yes.
he creates some very spectacular landscapes. He's created a couple of pieces of fan art of us that have included these large, expanses of land, and he does an absolutely fantastic job at it. He's a
tracts of land.
huge tracts of land, and I think he really has a knack for setting up environments, and I think the same is true for this piece. He sets up a really nice environment that's spooky and it's got that warm glow to it and things like that. I think he does a really good job.
Tree in the background, lots of creepy trees in the background.
Which one?
Yeah.
And the one in the foreground. Did you notice?
Yeah.
That one's really subtle, but I
there's
like it.
quite a few in the background too. So, story about my Halloween this year. I've never carved a pumpkin before in my life, so I went and my local supermarket was selling them. So I went down to get one on my day off from work. They'd sold out of pumpkins.
Aww.
I was
Sounds about right
devastated.
for economy. This is about right for the economy in Australia.
Aw.
So
That's too bad.
Pumpkins aren't a huge crop down there.
I so wanted badly a pumpkin, but they'd sold out.
Pumpkin carving's pretty cool. I like that.
yeah.
Just go steal someone else's
I wanted to
pumpkin.
make a derpy pony face, but
Aww.
Aw.
Well,
We
I
always-
think I think the apple in this piece is pretty well carved.
Yeah.
Considering. I've never thought about carving an apple, but I have heard about people carving watermelons.
I've heard about people
Well,
carving
at-
apples too, actually.
Really?
think
at
that-
the Halloween party I went to, they'd cut a watermelon in half and laid the flat side on the table, got rid of all the hard outer green skin, and then carved it so that it looked like a brain. So it was
Oh,
like
wow.
white,
Awesome.
like the white part of the skin, like the harder white flesh,
Uh-huh.
was the highest, and then as you carved deeper, there was like red for the brain.
Oh wow, that's really
That's
cool.
Yeah, that
cool.
was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
But more about that apple.
It's got a hat.
So
It's got a hat. It does too.
It is it is extremely well rendered.
yeah.
She's like, well, I've put an apple on my head now, but I
But-
need to remember the hat.
Yeah. It's not Applejack without the hat.
I wonder if she gets pumpkin vision.
One of the things that I love that Assassin Monkey does really well is like vegetation. So whether it's trees or the apple in this piece, he had a piece called Timberwolf Emperor. That was actually, I think it was a daily deviation with this giant Timberwolf, and he just does wood really well. And like
Yeah.
I think that probably contributes to his environments. So like in this piece, the trees in the background and the apple are just done really well.
Yes, it was in fact a daily deviation. I just looked it up, and it was an MLP piece, very subtly.
Yes.
But,
Yeah.
yeah. No, he's got a real knack for it for sure. And something that I wanted to bring up too was there is a work in progress piece that he made about this one, and it was very similar. Not as detailed, just more of a a sketchy thing, maybe in between a sketch and the final product. But what it did was it started with him having a very cold environment. The lots of blues and dark greens and things like that to create this environment of kind of like a spooky environment. And he decided to change it to a warmer one. And I think that's a really interesting choice because it still comes off quite creepy.
It's definitely warm.
I'm interested to know how he got from that deep blue to kind of that more gold glowing in the piece. Like, I want to know if he decided that he would shift the color, or if he just started with the blue as like a base and then built up on it, or what his choice or thought was behind that.
Well, you could ask him. He's probably in the chat right now.
I
is, yeah.
think based on his description, he talked about he decided to go with a warmer color instead of the night. So I think he might have tried it out and said, well, this doesn't look quite right. And so he changed to a warmer color. And warm colors do have that potential to be quite creepy too. Everybody thinks of cool colors as traditionally creepy, but there is something unsettling about being in the middle of a dark forest and having that warm glow, you know?
Well, in a way,
Go ahead.
sorry, go on.
No, up to you.
Okay. Well, in a way, it's almost more creepy with the warm colors, because you look at a piece and it's got warm colors and like these vibrant hues, and you're expecting it to be warm and inviting, and then the subject of the piece is like really creepy, like the apple-headed Applejack, and it's like you weren't expecting it, so it's like distorting your reality. And
I think the creepiest things in life are things that are supposed to be comforting but are slightly skewed to not be.
That's it. But what I was going to say before is the warm colours being creepy. All the horror movies that you see, they're in a forest, but they've got a fire, which is warm, and it's still creepy.
Mm-hmm.
So warm can be creepy.
For sure.
Something that warm colors will do is if your piece is more the entirety of it is more of like more of a warm like warm physical feeling color, like in this piece where it's a really warm glow, it sort of intensifies the piece because it gives that sense of almost like hotness or warmness, where a cool piece will be more calm, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Because you can emotionally relate the color a color to like an emotion or feeling. So a piece like this where it's really warm and like Applejack running, you get that kind of for lack of a better descriptive term, like fiery sense of a piece, or fiery connection. I'm kind of like lacking the words for it, but you get what I mean, where if you look at the work in progress where it's a really cool blue, it's different. It's now more ghostly and geist-like or whatever. Rather than in this piece where it's kind of like Headless Horseman and fire. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that old animated like Headless Horseman movie. I don't know. I think it was done by Disney. Did you guys ever see that?
Yeah.
I did.
No, I don't think so.
I think I did.
Well, actually, Spirit would love this, but there's scenes in that movie where it constantly shifts colors throughout the movie depending on the emotion in the scene. It was something. Who's the name of the guy in Sleepy Hollow? Whatever. It was
Ichabod Crane.
Ichabod Crane.
Yeah.
So there was like, it's where Ichabod Crane's walking through the forest and everything's very cold and dark and blue, and you can see his breath, and it's kind of that lower spooky cold. But as soon as the Headless Horseman shows up, his head is on fire. Everything changes to orange. He's running. He's scared. He's fleeing, and everything's burning. And it creates that sense of intensity, depending on from warm to cool.
I was going to say that both the work in progress and the finished piece have a very Disney-esque feel just based on the colors used. And I couldn't think of what film it was, but yeah, that makes sense that it would be that one.
Something else that really dramatizes the scene and gives it more emotion is that or more a theater-like feel is that the subject Applejack O'Lantern in this case is being illuminated and spotlighted, and so all the glow in the piece and all the lighting in the piece is right on the subject, so it's lighting up Applejack, giving that sense of kind of drama and intensity all on the Applejack O'Lantern, where everything else is
O'Lantern. I like it.
Everything else is really like dark and dingy, and in the background where Applejack's just like right there being spotlighted.
Yeah.
So the lighting choice is really cool, really good too. I really like that in this.
Same with the atmospheric perspective, where the trees kind of fade into the back in like a fog. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good things to talk about this piece. Unfortunately, we don't really have the time. But...
If I may, I just wanted to say that it is always an honor to have someone who is a fan create wonderful pieces of art. We look at a bunch of amazing artists, and when we see something like Assassin Monkey who makes such great art, and when we look at it and see how popular he's become, it's amazing to us that he would still come to us to look for tips and things like that, because he has made some real amazing progress since we've gotten to know him.
Yeah, I just love seeing how he's improved,
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the Talkaway P. Like, we've gotten to know these artists and see them and then watch them improve and make better and better art over the year we've been doing this show.
Exactly. It's a really nice thing to go through.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, we do have to move on to our next piece, which is called Commission Nightmare Night by Everfree. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly.
New artist, yay!
Yay! This is a fun piece. It's a lot less creepy than the last one. It's kind of got a more bright feel to it, I think.
We like to have a roller coaster here on Cutie Art Crusaders, and so we will get you. We had a little bit of creepy, so we'll get you back up into the nice, and then we'll dive back down to the depths.
Oh yeah,
Roller coaster of emotions.
Roller coaster of emotions.
I'm in a glass box of emotion.
you don't even go here. I just have a lot of emotions.
Are we doing
Girls,
like all
anyone?
sorts of mirror references now? Yeah, Mean Girls. I
Oh,
love Mean Girls.
No.
Anyway,
I
so
love
what-
Mean Girls.
Yes,
So do I.
Mean Girls. This piece. Oh my gosh.
It's
Nice one, Burnt.
What, can I talk about it?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
talk
go
about
ahead,
it.
go
My
ahead.
favorite part of this piece is the costumes.
Yeah.
Like, they're
Yes.
awesome.
Yes, the foliage costume.
At first, I looked at the pony in the front, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's a what is it? It's a Timberwolf costume.
I want to get that costume. I want to do
Timberwolf
that.
costume, yeah.
I want to get that
And
pony. She looks
actually-
really cute.
That's true. She is.
Yeah, gosh. But anyway, something else that's super awesome and actually relevant to a guest we recently had on our show, Leakfish, if you remember those pieces that her series she did of the Gurren Lagann pieces. If you look at the Sweetie Belle, or if you look
Yeah.
at Sweetie Belle right there between Applejack and Rarity, bobbing for apples, she's wearing a Gurren Lagann costume.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. Nice catch. Nice catch.
Rarity's all wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to imagine it was like, what is it? Sweetie Belle's like bobbing, and it's just like,
Yeah, she comes back
Exactly.
up and she goes.
That's exactly what I got
Yeah.
from that, sir.
Yeah.
I really like her
poor
tail.
Rarity. She's just trying to be a good sister.
what is Pinkie Pie dressed up as? It's
Karate
like a
Kid.
Karate Kid.
Samurai
Yeah.
karate. She's like threatening the person in the doorway. He's like, here, just take my candy.
Yeah, he's throwing it out there. I'll beat you for your candy.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's good. I
I
like that.
have a feeling, Pinkie Pie makes like a career out of Halloween. She goes
Robbing
hardcore.
people from their
Yeah,
candy.
she
yeah.
is. Can't talk. Time is
mean-
candy.
Black market for candy, I imagine. She was really crazy for that in the episode, wasn't she? Yeah.
Oh yeah, she
yeah,
was.
she was
I mean, she was pecking at candy corn on the ground.
That's true. It's funny
that
because we've got some costumes
No, I'm
here
not.
that
I'm
are
a
from the
chicken.
episode,
Yeah.
such as Applejack and her Scarecrow,
Mhm.
and Rainbow Dash has the Shadow Bolt, I guess it is.
Shadow
Yeah.
Bolt.
Yeah. And then we've got the Gurren Lagann Sweetie Belle and the Karate Pinkie Pie.
Can I just
Mm.
point
That's
out
an
with
interesting
with the Shadow Dashi, who is this? Eosphorite has done a really good job with those lightning bolts. As someone who draws a lot of lightning bolts because of my character, it's not as easy as it looks, and they're done really well in this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I really like those. I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah.
Also,
No, he does a really good job with that. And it's really subtle too, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's really subtle.
I just want to point out we don't feature a lot of art that primarily features OCs on this show, and this one does, which is really
That
good
hair,
because
bro.
this OC character is really really good.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean,
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot more OCs recently that are very, very well designed, and I couldn't be happier because I actually have no bias against OC pieces if they have good OCs in them. The problem is a lot of the times you'll have wonderful pieces with OCs that kind of make me go, ugh. But a lot of
See-
things that I want to bring up, I've got a lot of pieces in my like potential CAC folder that have OCs that are well designed in them. It's just, unfortunately, we haven't had the time
I
to bring
should
them up yet.
make a
Yeah.
potential CAC.
You see, though, if you're a skilled artist like this, I feel like you can really get away with a lot of OCs.
Yeah.
'Cause,
That's true, too.
Yeah.
Like, just look at the hair in the costume. Like, it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you can clearly tell that the artist is skilled, so obviously she's going to tell, or the artist is going to be able to tell what's visually appealing, And, like, yeah, it's like the green and the purple and the eyes and everything is all really appealing and looks really good.
Yeah, I do think there's an aspect of a lot of artists might get commissions and use their artistic talents to kind of make the OCs a little bit more visually appealing. I've seen that a couple times where there's an OC that may not be Well, I mean, it's all a personal preference, I guess, in the
Yeah.
end. But
Yeah.
may not
Ooh,
be
I got an idea.
may not be something that is necessarily would grab my eye normally. But then the artist has changed it slightly, formed it in their own vision and made it really visually appealing. And then I go, oh yeah, that OC looks great.
Yeah, we should start doing a segment where we just get like really horrible OCs we've created and challenge artists to make commission artists to make pieces of them and to see if they can warp just horrible OCs into something that's actually
That
actually
sounds
appealing.
That sounds
sounds
like
awesome.
a contest idea, maybe.
sounds
that
like a
sounds
good
like a great
that'd be a
idea.
good episode.
That
Yeah.
sounds
The
I'm gonna
OC's
draw my
name in
super
this one-
Rambicorn black red OC.
This OC's name is Dew Droplet.
Oh, that's
Your
cute.
cutie marks dewdrops.
Oh,
I get it.
It's
That's
so
cute.
cute.
If Odie should lived in the mountains, she could be Mountain Dew.
That's her sister, actually.
But no, seriously, I love the costume that she's wearing. It's so cool. I love this nature kind of Timberwolf thing going on. I would totally wear something like that, except I'd also have to wear pants. So that would look a little bit weird. But I would
Yeah.
totally wear
have
like
to
a
wear
black
pants.
costume with Timberwolf stuff on it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But what is it? Mountain Dew actually could be our 63 version,
Could be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Could be like the guy version.
Where is Fluttershy
Yeah.
at this one?
Oh,
Clearly hiding.
Yeah.
You actually see that hay bale off to the right?
probably in
Yeah,
there.
that's just
What about
Wasn't
Twilight?
she like?
Twilight's not there either.
Oh yeah, no, she was out for the Nightmare Night episode.
See, since Twilight's a princess, she's omnipresent, so that purple haze in the background.
Yeah.
What was Fluttershy in the Nightmare Night episode again? Was she just scared?
I don't remember.
No, she was no. I don't know.
Yeah, she was scared because Luna had to go learn from her. She wasn't wearing
Oh
it.
yeah,
That's right.
that's right.
She was
She was
in a house.
hiding.
Hiding?
Yeah.
Because she doesn't go out on Nightmare Night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
What was the quote from Pinkie Pie? It's just like, no, I'm not. I'm a chicken.
Yeah.
I love that.
No, I'm not.
Pinkie
Like,
Pie, you're a genius.
No,
Oh yeah.
chicken.
That's it.
Andrew Libman posted that on Twitter or Facebook the other day.
We
for
are
Halloween.
going through pony withdrawal. The new episodes are coming soon.
Yeah.
I love Andrew
Um,
Libman. She's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one thing I wanted to point out are these giant orange orbs of
Jack-o'-lanterns.
faces on them.
The flying pumpkins.
Yeah. Are
They're
they?
like
They
pumpkin
are.
lights.
Yeah. I didn't know if they were pumpkins or just
the OC
lanterns.
seems
or
to love
something
them.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're flying
Yeah.
pumpkin lanterns.
Yeah. They're really bright against
They're
the
magical.
dark background, and yeah.
I see. It's getting back into that complementary colors, man. Got those bright orange pumpkins, and they really pop from the entire scene in the
Purple and
piece
yellow.
because they are that complementary color. Yo,
Yo.
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 Gazoogle
these
up in here.
lanterns be ballin'.
All right. Well, I think that signals that we need
Whoa, bro! Slow your row, yo.
Whoa.
Slow
Okay,
your roll.
so another piece of info that I wanted to lay down upon you is that these awesome complementary lanterns have amazing ambient lighting that's shining on the other, on the scene and on
Yes.
those houses and in the tent there.
Dog.
And again, what makes that pop so much is those complementary colors and how they really pop in their opposites. And this artist actually loves to play with that, complementary opposites and colors. So it does amazing wonders for this piece and how they pop and how the windows, especially in the lights in the windows and the lights indoors, will pop and seem separate from the stuff that is on the outside that is that gloomy violet. The same thing that we saw in the first piece with the ivy.
Yeah,
piece.
I mean the windows and the walls. They're all lit up by those floating pumpkin lanterns.
Oh yeah.
Also, the thatch roof. And I mean, they're giving light to pretty much the whole scene.
I thought you were gonna break out into song.
I like the sorry to cut you off. But I like the whole framing. I guess it would be a framing, not really composition of the lanterns on Rainbow Dash because they kind of encircle her.
Yeah, that's true.
Which
You have
is
to be
kinda cool.
careful with the term framing because when framing comes around, it's something that will kind of wrap around the piece or
Yeah,
wrap
and
around the subject,
it
and it
usually-
kind of attracts attention towards the subject or points towards the subject.
Yeah. So that's why I'm
makes
not
sense.
sure what it would be called here in this case.
I think in
it
this
still
piece
frames.
it's just
It still frames Rainbow Dash,
Well, you can say that it frames or goes around Rainbow Dash, but like the term in art when we talk about framing is usually used to
for the whole piece,
help the viewer like look at a subject or something like that.
There's framing in the next piece.
But what the lanterns do in this piece, I just said do. what the lanterns actually do for this piece is that they create a sense of depth, and they also kind of create a sense of movement and how your eye like flows. So like the lanterns, how they kind of start large and then trail back. Your eye will follow that, and you'll look at them and follow them, and it kind of helps carry your eye through the piece. And they are a really awesome dynamic tool in that sense.
Yeah. And the fact that there's like a couple of lanterns way far in the distance and they're smaller behind the OC kind of also continues that, which is really cool. All right.
Very well done.
Yes, definitely very well done. So, our last piece is called Evil Candy Eating Pony by Ablamos. It's a fantastic name for the piece, by the way.
Another new artist! Yay!
Yeah.
Sorry, this is the thing that I like. This is the thing I like about the show is getting new artists on here.
So speaking
off my candy, yo.
Speaking of framing, this piece does framing really well.
Yes.
In that,
I feel like that's much more appropriate use of the word framing because it does totally.
Yes. It's basically framed by Nightmare Moon. This giant billowing cloud of like smoke and tentacles. And just kind of wrapping around the piece and trying to fight with Pinkie Pie, even though Pinkie Pie is like deadly with that candy.
Yeah.
It's
don't mess with Pinkie Pie and her candy.
Yeah.
No matter how much magical power you have, you will never defeat her.
Send you to the fourth dimension.
The fourth dimension. All right. Yeah, there's something interesting in this piece, and I wanted to bring it up because it's something that confuses me. So if anybody else has an answer for it, I'd like to know. So it's Nightmare Moon up there with big swoopy wings, right? She's got the armor on and everything like that. Looks really good. She's also like holding something that looks like the Mare and the Moon symbol. Like what's that about?
Looks like
Am I missing something?
Looks like a throwing star or something.
I like to think it's that she's like summoning dark magics. Like that's why that's like black magic, because that's clearly black magic-y stuff. Like all go swoosh, like swirling down below. I mean, you remember it was in the the opening episode when she was Nightmare Moon and she was like swooshing and she was like black magic going through the scene or whatever. So I don't know, maybe that's just like she's summoning something.
The Kraken.
Yes.
Evil dark shadow kraken.
Shadow
Yeah,
Kraken.
that's interesting. Because she clearly is like has something like emanating from her hoof.
Yeah, some sort of weird symbol.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, the Kraken there isn't just in the foreground; it's also in the background, like destroying the buildings and stuff too.
Yeah, there's like a little like lizard creature in the background, like me.
What?
What? Where is this?
What? You can't see him?
No.
Hold on, I'm looking.
On the roof?
What?
No, on the ground, like underneath the left light. He's got a little face there.
There's a face in there?
What are you looking
What
at?
are you?
Okay. So you see the two red lights, right?
Yeah.
The left one is the one farther in the background, right?
Yeah.
Underneath it, there's like almost like a tail to the right of it. That's like a tail. And then you look to the left, and like that shadowy part has kind of like a jaw, and then like a nose.
I think.
Enhance.
I think that might just be.
I think that's supposed to be the top of the roof. Because
yeah.
if you look at the roof in the middle, right between Pinkie
But
Pie
it looks
and
like a little
Nightmare
lizard
Moon.
face.
See, I see a dog.
Are we
No, it's a
really
lizard
Rorschach
face.
testing this or
Anyway,
I can't be the
Anyway.
only one. People in the chat, tell me that I'm not the only one who sees
make
a little
me not
lizard
feel
face.
wrong.
Maybe she's. Maybe Nightmare Moon has picked up that symbol from the ground and is like, "What is this? Why are you celebrating me?" Because those symbols are all dangling everywhere in the background between those lights as well.
Oh, that's a very good point. Very observant. That's a very good point. That's probably what it is.
He's like, "What is this thing that I am holding, and why are you taking my candy?"
she
Feed
does
me
look
candy.
she looks kind of confused actually. So that
Yeah,
right.
that would make sense. That would make sense.
Like, what is
This
this?
is an epic battle.
Yeah.
Epic battle for candy.
Well, I'm glad that I started talking about the little lizard in the background because that led to that.
Yeah.
You mean
It exists. I'm not crazy.
you mean your insanity?
Speaking of insanity, this piece is actually like really crazy. It has some crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, right.
Such as what,
Yeah.
Bird?
Such as like it's interesting to me in that normally in a piece there's like a clearly laid out foreground, midground, and background, but there's lots of stuff in this piece that really messes with that. So like, but it still comes across as things that are close and things that are far, and there's a lot that makes that happen. So like we can tell that Nightmare Moon's kind of far away. Because one, she's small in the piece, but there's nothing really to tell us that something is close or something is approaching us. However, that dark cloud that comes and takes like almost half of the entire piece, how it's wrapping almost like half of everything. Since it's so dark and in our face, it makes us want to think like, hey, we're right up in this piece and we're right up close to it. And when you do that, or when artists do that, and they'll make something take up a large portion of the piece and make it very dark and make it very in your face, it makes you feel like you are there. It makes you feel like you're like right there in the piece looking at it. And again, it intensifies this crazy battle going on in between Nightmare Moon and Pinkie Pie, because it makes you kind of feel like you're there. And then these tentacles coming off from the side of the screen, they also kind of help give that sense of depth and like craziness going on. But I was trying to like compare this to a piece like the one before this where we compared it. It was really easy to like sense how things are going back in the distance. So where this piece, everything's at an angle, like the house is at an angle, and yet their battle going on is like straight up and down. So like the camera's at a crazy angle and all these things.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just, there's a lot of craziness going on, but it still comes across really well. And it I don't know, it's again a really cool piece. And like all the pieces we've featured, it's except for the Applejack O'Lantern one, it is extremely violet in all the colors.
Mm-hmm.
And there's again some more what do you want to call that? Atmospheric lighting, or forgot the word, I just used it, forgot it. Anyway, the red of the lantern shining on the ambient, thank you. Ambient lighting shining on the wing and the tentacles and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
done in different ways than the artist we just featured. Instead of being that complementary color of yellow, it's more of a analogous color of red that hits on everything else.
Yeah, I really do love those red, vibrant, like almost like fiery
Yeah, fire.
lanterns.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah.
The big shadow coming out of the back of her is also her tail. So like her tail morphs into this big shadowy thing.
Interesting. You are
Which
like the
then-
most observant person today.
I am the most observant person ever. It's just you guys always talk over me.
It's because her hair is that like crazy magical formy stuff, you know?
Yeah.
You just cut out my audio and like
Nice
so make it
touch.
look like I'm not actually saying anything. I'm actually the most talkative one out of all.
Yeah, he actually talks quite often. We just joke about it because it's just like, hey, I want to talk now. Just get out of here. I'm editing.
Vern actually talks the least, so
He just edits he edits everything he says in.
I never edit myself into episodes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm Batman.
Pinkie
no.
Pie's cute.
Vern,
She's
I,
angry, but she's
Look at
cute.
her angry face.
Vern, kind of going
Yes,
off
Flutter Guy?
of what you were saying about like the whole tiltiness of the things. I really love the perspective of this piece because
The tiltiness is quite nice.
yeah, you get the tilty ground, but the pieces, it's just so well put together.
Yeah.
I love tiltiness.
Like I said
Those,
before,
like-
I'm a big sucker for playing with perspective, and this one does it quite well.
I thought you were gonna say you were a sucker for tiltiness. But yeah, those contrasting perspectives and contrasting angles are really awesome.
Yeah.
Strong diagonals in pieces also really help lead to dramatize things or make things seem more dynamic, you know?
You'd be good at making up drama, wouldn't you, Bund?
Sorry,
You know
I
it.
lost
Such a
it
dramatic
when you
Connie.
stopped using the word tiltiness.
Also, newsflash, Pinky Dash, Atmospark is ugly.
Whoa!
Sorry, we were talking about Mean Girls and I had to start something.
Just a second. This
Stop
conversation
trying
has
to make
gotten
ugly happen.
this conversation's tiltiness has gone way too
Stop
far.
trying to make tiltiness happen. It's not going to
This
happen.
conversation is tilted. Oh,
Tiltiness is going to happen.
Tiltiness is so fetch.
Oh, for God's sakes.
I'll tilt your face.
This
Why
is going
are
off
you
the rails.
yellow?
I'm stopping this right now.
Oh, okay.
This is a fantastic piece by Oblamos, and we would love to see more from him and or her. Genders, internet, male. Okay, him.
Burned.
Great work, sir.
Yeah,
Burn,
Bravo. Wonderful piece.
Burn, if you're from Equestria, why are you Bat?
Clearly, I have Pegasus wings. Why can't I be half Bat Pony?
he's Batman.
You don't know my OC's backstory. Get off my fanfic.
So questions?
Questions? Okay. Well, that was a question. Sent in by me.
Pick a better one.
Thank you
Okay,
for
so
sending in a question.
first question here, sent in by actually a couple of people. What is your favorite piece of candy? Sent in by Meti Bobo and like 3 other people who didn't actually give us a name that we can use, so they're anonymouses.
Send in usernames, not real names.
Or anonymous,
Thank-
I should say.
Thank you.
Anonymices.
So, favorite piece of candy, guys?
It's tough. I'm gonna go ahead and
hard.
say Haribo gummy bears just because they're amazing.
Gummy
but I
bears
don't
are
know if they're
fantastic.
like my favorite. But they're amazing. So
You ever tried a 5-pound gummy bear?
no, and I don't want to. It looks disgusting.
that sounds awful.
And it's not Haribo. Like Haribo's like the best. Like,
Sponsor.
It sounds like, what if it was a 5-pound Haribo gummy bear?
corporate, right?
What if it was a 5-pound Haribo gummy bear? You know,
That would be pretty good.
I've seen, I don't know if I've seen 5-pounders because I don't know how big that is, but I have seen big gummy bears, like real big gummy
it's
bears.
ridiculously big.
No,
That's
it's
5 pounds
It's
of
too,
gummy.
it's too much. That's
Criminy.
like having a baby
I
of
can't
gummy
even
bear.
eat like
A gummy
3
baby?
pounds of chicken.
Isn't every baby a gummy baby?
Like 5 pounds of gummy just sounds like a horrible stomach ache.
Yeah.
All right.
And then there's gonna be gummy left over that's gonna get hard and it's just gonna
Oh, no,
fall and kill
stop.
someone.
Stop,
no.
Burn, stop.
Next.
Oh, okay,
Burn,
okay, wait,
stop.
let me.
Burn,
Okay,
what are you doing?
I enjoy Reese's peanut butter cups. Go.
I had those when I was in the States. I didn't actually like them that much.
I like them.
They weren't bad, but I wouldn't pick them as my choice.
I don't know what it
Those are
is. I'm
pretty
not a
good.
huge peanut butter guy, but
If-
man, do I ever love them.
If they had like dark chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups, that would probably be pretty good.
Hey, welcome to Canada where they test everything for candy. So we have every type of everything you could ever imagine.
I hear your least favorite form of candy is Buckyballs.
Isn't that a magnetic toy?
What is
Banned Buckyball joke in Canada. Don't worry about it. Canadians are stupid. Anyway, Animal Spark, go ahead.
what?
Next.
I don't know. I'm gonna say Tim Tams, even though it's not really a candy. It's a chocolate biscuit.
What is a Tim Tam?
It's a chocolate
it's an
biscuit.
Australian
And it's the
biscuit.
best thing ever made.
What? I've never. What? Describe this chocolate biscuit to me.
It is like, okay, so imagine you're holding like a block of chocolate smothered in awesome and then dipped in amazing sauce. And then
But it's a biscuit.
For
It's a
once, I wish
biscuit.
someone would actually describe something accurately as opposed to doing that.
okay, so it's like
We're
Like
genuinely interested
I,
here.
I
so it's like
honestly have no
okay.
idea what
So
a
it's
Tim
like-
Tam is.
It's like an Oreo, except
Okay.
the Oreo cookie is a chocolate cookie, like a chocolate cookie.
Okay.
And then the filling is a really rich chocolate pasty sauce type thing.
Okay.
Like the filling, and then the whole thing is smothered in chocolate.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
It's chocolatey.
Well then,
Gotcha.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You can't get them overseas. Well, you can in some places, but it's really, really expensive and rare.
I've actually grown to not like a lot of the random like Halloween candies, like American candy. But my dad always gets me these super awesome German candies that have like marzipan in them and stuff. And there's this one, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like you wouldn't know the name of it if I said it anyway. But there's these little squares, and there's some crazy German name. But they have gingerbread on. They're like little sandwiches. They're 3-layer sandwiches coated in chocolate, so like dipped in chocolate. But so they're 3-layer sandwiches. On the bottom layer, it's fluffy gingerbread because Germans love gingerbread, and then in the middle, it's marzipan, and then on the
Marzipan.
top, it's black currant like jelly. And then and then that's all coated in chocolate and these little square things.
That
And
sounds
they're freaking
amazing.
delicious, but I can't remember the name of them.
So people like chocolate.
Sounds so good.
My dad always gets them at the German store for Christmas or whatever, and then puts them in stocking.
So Ted, do you think we should speak on behalf of normal people more often?
What?
Because my goodness, for those strange otherworldly chocolates.
Favorite piece
I've
of
heard of
candy.
Tim
That's a
Tams.
piece of candy.
I've heard of them too, but
I'm sorry that we're just more sophisticated.
yeah, right. You guys are candy hipsters.
Okay, I'm going on the next question. Next question
Sweet.
is, you wake up one morning and discover that you have magical powers. What do you do? And there is no limit to your power. Sent it by Ramslack.
Can we change that to what's the first thing you do? Because if
Okay.
there's no limits, then you would do everything.
First thing you do.
Right. What's the first thing you do?
I'd kill everyone.
Whoa!
Well, that escalated quickly.
Jeez.
Sorry.
Holy
I get a little
cow.
wild. I get a little wild with power. It's my bad.
Apparently.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
You know,
Just
I was
joking, I wouldn't kill
gonna
everyone.
say the boring thing that I've always said and just start flying. But I'm not gonna be boring, and so I think what I would do is
Sorry, hold on. Before you say that, I just picture you like, oh my god, I have powers. Ah! It's like doing circles in your room, like
yeah.
Just
No,
like doing circles.
It's like
Sorry.
zooming around the ceiling.
realistic answer, probably I'd start flying. Not
I-
overtly because you might want to hide them, but like that's probably what I do. But that's a boring answer because I've always said that. We've always said flying. All of us have always been like, yeah, we should fly.
Why would you
Rainbow
hide your
Plasma
flying
was so
power? You could be
boring.
like walking up to someone like, hey, I can fly. Pfft, no, you can't.
Yeah, well, a
Or
lot
you
of
should
people,
just be like, hey, bro, you want to go flying? No, too bad.
I guess if you have magical powers, you'd be invincible too. Because if I wasn't invincible, then I'd be scared that some people would think that like I'm some sort of like horrible freak and they'd try to kill me or something.
Just fly away from him.
Yeah, you could just fly away from him.
It's like
Okay,
bounce on the
anyways,
head and like,
bro.
boing.
Anyways, I'm not debating the semantics of having superpowers. Let me just finish my answer. So yeah, flying's the boring answer. So I think what I would do is I would teleport to one of you guys probably.
Aw.
And I would just because like one of the problems with having friends over the internet is that you never get to see them at all. So you know, I would probably like teleport to you guys and just like, I don't know, if I had superpowers, I probably would never have to work another day in my life. So I wouldn't worry about like school and stuff. I would just like go around and like teleport people and I don't know. There's so much stuff I would do, but I think the first thing I would do is I'd probably teleport to one of you guys and be like, look at how cool this is.
But would you have had to
How
have
awesome I
been to
am.
the place
Aw,
before to
man.
be able to teleport to it?
Well, I guess I wouldn't be
It's-
teleporting to you then.
It's unlimited powers. So
But then I would
no.
just fly to you and then I'd be able to teleport, you know?
This question's way too open-ended.
Yeah. You
Teleport to the
can't-
first person and probably it would probably be to you, Flutter Guy, because then I would just get there and we'd both go for about an hour.
Yeah.
Let's put the Traxxas train on a new rail. If I had endless, limitless magical powers, I would be like God, and I would warp my own reality and create the world of ponies, and I would live with Twilight Sparkle and marry her and live happily ever after.
And she'd be your
my
waifu.
God,
The end. That's what I'd do.
She be your wife. Can I be your
Burns.
wife?
I'd warp my own reality.
Burns waifu.
Well,
He would make us all into our OCs.
Yeah, that's what
Oh
I'd
my
do.
God.
I would be very much okay with this.
We'd have
I would be okay
magical
with this
pony
too.
parties, and then
My
I'd
That's
OC
hilarious.
is
Batman for
much
real.
awesome.
That's hilarious.
Batman.
Well, we learned a lot about Burn today.
so I
I
would
like bending.
I would
Bending things by will.
I would turn Burn into the Batman, and then
Very first thing, just think about it. I'm
Yeah.
sure somewhere, wherever he is, he's the Batman.
I'm Batman.
no, I don't know. I mean Burn's thing is cool, but I'd probably either slow down or stop time so I could like sleep for a while. Honestly, like I've been tired for the past week. So.
Last year.
I
Yeah.
know that feel, bro.
So I would probably do that, take a nap, and then like not have lost any time, and then do other stuff.
I'm
it would
sure
be
I
a
would
good
like.
test. It would be a good test of your powers.
I'm sure I would like accidentally hurt myself in some way. But like, hey, look, I can do something with my hand, and then like blow my leg off or something.
It's okay though, because you can just recover it.
Yeah, I can just.
No,
Dude, I have superpowers. Check this out.
I can just go back, but I'll be testing it out. Like, I wonder what I can do
What
with
if
this,
you're-
and like just blow my leg off.
what if your
It
super
grew back, but it hurt really bad.
what if your superpowers resided in your leg and you accidentally blew your leg off? Then
That
you're
would
kinda
be a
screwed.
bummer.
Yeah.
No, it's probably for the best. You'd probably end up
Yeah.
warping the world into some sort of crazy fantasy like Burned, anyways. Yeah.
Oh god.
Everything would be cows and penguins.
Such a good answer. Much laugh.
Much giggle.
Well, that was interesting.
Wow, such a podcast.
So maze.
so many
maze.
Many art.
feels.
Such good.
Much entertain.
Exactly.
So
All
much
right. Well, I guess that is everything for this week. Now that we're done questions and a lot of art here. And holy cow, this has been a long podcast. Thank goodness. Burned
Wow,
has to
time
edit
art.
it.
Yeah, go me.
So do we want to do
Yes.
plugs or
Yeah, I'll do
Sure.
plugs.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a DeviantArt page, which is cutieartcrusaders.deviantart.com, a Gmail account, which is cutieartcrusaders@gmail.com, Facebook, you can like us on Facebook, we're Cutie Art Crusaders,
Like me.
Twitter, which is @CutieArtCrusade, sorry,
Tweet me.
Twizzle and Facebizzle. We have a YouTube account, which is Cutie Art Crusaders on .youtube.com, yeah, .youtube.com.
Subscribe to me.
Something like that.
Something along those lines, and yeah, I think that's it.
I'm Batman.
And you can email burned@burnedman.com. Suggestions for
Burned
his
at illiterateAlaskanChildren.org.
illegitimate AlaskanChildren.com. Okay, well, that
Our
was
next
interesting.
theme is going to be posted here because we don't have one
Yeah.
yet at
Yeah.
the time of recording, but we will at the time of editing, so it's going to be here. So
Yes.
yay.
Oh.
So look forward to that amazing theme.
Dude,
Look at its
this. Look at it. It's
I have
so
a feeling.
pretty.
Look
I have
at
a
the
feeling
theme.
that
The
we're
theme
we're
is
talking
amazing.
about this. We're talking about this theme, and we're talking about it like it's amazing, and it's going to be something really silly, probably. All right. Well, anyways, that is our podcast for this week. We hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a good time. Well, that is everything for our podcast this week. I had a good time. Do you guys think it went well?
Yeah.
We should never talk before we record.
What was that like?
No, it was just, it's fun.
You know,
Not really. I think it was crap.
I just hate your guys' presence like most of the time, so.
Oh, it was awful. I actually never want to talk to you again. Cool.
I had a
just-
grand time.
I'm a podcast hipster. I go for original. No, I'm just kidding. It was fun.
My experience was purely majestic.
Bully time. Did you have a bully time? I had a bully time.
no,
Quite
no,
bully.
Bully.
All right. Well,
Bully.
thank you guys for watching. Whether or not you're on the live stream or on YouTube, we love you all the same. Look forward
Love ya.
to next week with whatever theme we're gonna pull out of our heads, and that's everything. So my name is Rainbow Plasma.
Atmo Plasma.
I'm Batman.
Thank you once again to Silver Rain Clouds for our avatars, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Batman.